Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
Here. Good morning, Cappers Nation Live. I don't have much of a voice, but we're going to get it done today. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully everybody's morning is going great. So far, so good here in Las Vegas. Dark and early. Baba Booey in the house, bright and early. Good morning. Let's let some people jump on here. I wasn't sure if I was going to have a voice today or not. Luckily, we woke up with a voice. I guess we got lucky. If not, I was going to have to hold up note cards. Good day in college football yesterday. Nice big clean sweep. 2-0 day for us yesterday. I hear you there, Baba Booey. Stock market plunged with our free plays, eh? Give me 1 second, Karen. I'll turn that up for you. It's probably my voice this morning. Absolutely no voice. Good morning, everybody just tuning in. It's dark and early here in Las Vegas. Who dat Bob in the house? Saturday the 22nd of December. We've got a good day planned for everybody. Hopefully we duplicate what we did last Saturday, where we had an absolute monster of a day last Saturday, knocking down our guaranteed Saturday play in a bunch of bowl games. Plan to do exactly the same thing today. Steven in the house, good morning. So Steven, what is this that I read that no more free french fries for you? AKA Fry Boy is gone. We've got our text message alert. Give people a few minutes to log on here. I don't even think it's been sent yet. I know I'm on the list and I haven't received a text yet, so I'll wait for some people to log on. Mr. Butler, how are you, sir? Bright and frosty in the Big Easy, huh? Yes, Mike, another blessed Saturday. Hey, Mike, do me a favor. About after the first game kicks off, after that Memphis kicks off, do me a favor, give me a call, bud. Call me on my cell phone. Yeah, absolutely ready for a very nice Saturday. It is Saturday, our favorite day of the week. Not only do we get Cappers Nation live, but we get our guaranteed Saturday play. Which I absolutely love. Give me 1 second. If you do enter promo. What's going on, Ty? How are you, bud? We're going to talk about that game here in just a few minutes. See if that text message ever went out. Nope, I don't have it yet. That's not... What time is it? 6 o'clock. Mr. Allen, good morning. Brother Boog, what's going on? Good morning, bud. You haven't missed anything. We're just getting rolling. Letting some people log on before we start breaking down some of these bowl games as well as the NFL games tonight. So stick around. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up if you appreciate all the hard work. Last Saturday's show was a absolute moneymaker. And we plan to do exactly the same thing today. Should be a rather nice day today. Some juicy looking dogs. A lot of great looking action out there. Popping up the live lines because I know Adventures of JoJo, AOJ. What's going on? Good morning. We're going to be breaking down the Memphis Wake Forest game. That's that 12 o'clock game you were referring to. I'm just popping up the odds here. That way we've got all that good and juicy information up and rolling this morning. Good morning, Jesus. How are you, buddy? Oh, there goes the text messages. All right, the text alert went out. A lot of college basketball today. It's a great day today. It's a great day today. We got college basketball, we got the NBA, we got college bowl games, 4 of them. We got 2 NFL games, NHL, NBA. It's a great day to be betting sports. Alrighty here. Lamar, good morning, buddy. Who's everybody? G&G, good morning, bud. How are you? Who else? Curtis. Curtis in the house. Good morning. Good morning, Karen. David Pierce, good morning. Mario, good morning. Who else have I missed? MLB, Blair, Mr. Brown, good morning. Patsy Keaton, good morning. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty nice day today. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter yet, you absolutely should. I will be posting an additional free play on Twitter later today that will be not included in this video. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you should at CapNationKyle on Twitter. There's a direct link to my Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, you absolutely should. Cherry Bryant, good morning. There you go, Mr. Curtis. Is that better? Mr. Kelly. Good morning, everybody. That's just logging on. Gotta Live TV. The Curtis B. Fishing clothing line is coming. I gotta tell you, I wasn't sure if I was gonna have a voice this morning or not when I woke up. It's like, uh-oh. Break out the note cards. Break out the note cards. A lot of players not playing in bowl games today. Absolutely, Michael. I do remember the Dennis Rodman sunglasses, big blue blockers or whatever he wore. I don't know about all over them, Princess Chacho. I wouldn't go that far. Thank you, Mr. Butler. In the Houston game, defensive lineman Ed Oliver, I can't talk today. Ed Oliver is not playing today. That's one hell of a way to look at it, Mr. Butler. For everybody that's just tuning in to Cappers Nation Live, good morning. Welcome, Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. I know I'm ready to make some money. How about you guys? How about we jump right into it? Let's see here. Who are they predicted by, Karen? The betting public? I know I can tell you Paul Stone of Paul Stone Sports likes Army today. He's on the consensus report. Steve Makinen likes Houston. Brent Musburger likes Army. MLB, you're the only capper live and helping us before the 9 a.m. games that I know. Salute. Thank you. We go live every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Dem boys, good morning. The way I view write-ups, Karen, is when people write their stories on how the game's supposed to play out, they're already planning for their loss. It's their excuse for why their game didn't win. It's my take on it anyways. Gonna write you a big story about how this is supposed to exactly play out. Everybody knows what you write down on paper never plays out. What happens is going to be happening on the field, or the court, the ice, the rink. I do like to see that absolutely everybody and their grandmother is on Army, except for the power rating. The power rating favors Houston. Steven, it's bloody cold in Toronto, huh? MLB, it sure makes it juicy, doesn't it? Matt Yeomans is on Army. Dave Tully is on Army. One of them barely went 50% on the year. The other went 46% on the year. Well, don't worry, we'll get to that game here in a little bit. But first, jump straight into that bowl game action, the early game between Wake Forest and Memphis. Game 221, 222. The Birmingham Bowl, Legion's Field, Birmingham, Alabama. Is that scoreboard going to be tested today in Birmingham? We're going to find out. Let's look at the lines first before we start breaking down the game. Game 221, 222. Wake Forest taking on Memphis. Memphis opened up as a 2.5-point favorite. That line is up to 3.5. Total opened up at 73.5. It's down to 72 now at the station's casinos. The Westgate still has it at 72.5. However, I'm sure they'll follow suit here in a minute. 72.5 seems to be the thing offshore. With the spread still having Memphis laying 3.5, Wake catching 3.5 on all the offshore books as well. Let's look at the money, because I know Mr. Butler wants to know about the money. Because as Mr. Butler says, Vegas never loses. Hey, Zeus, you're funny, man. Let's see here. Wake and Memphis, the money. 61% of all against the spread bets right now are on Wake. I anticipate that number to rise. Only 39% on Memphis. 79% of all bettors taking the over. Just 21% on the under. Moneyline bets, 58%. Are all laying the juice on Memphis. 42% taking the dog outright. Let's see if I can pop up another one. It's probably a little too early for one of our other sources to report the money. They usually do it about an hour before game time, 50 minutes. Yeah, it's not up yet. Oh, here it is from yesterday's early action, or late night last night, the Birmingham Bowl. This is at another major book. This is at all the William Hill properties. Total percent of dollars wagered, 81% are all taking Wake. 81% are taking Wake. Just 19% of all the bets coming in at William Hill, coast to coast, or on Memphis. when you can write the team name on the comments, means it's a cookie. Thank you, Jesus. Doctor's got me loaded up on antibiotics. Hopefully, this shit goes away. I still can't hear anything out my left ear. Still ringing. This one's all clogged up still. But it's okay. Best part about doing the show is I don't got to hear nothing. Matter of fact, I prefer not to hear myself. So maybe I should put some earplugs in as well. Curtis, be careful of that site. Not always does going against the public. Hey, Jesus, that probably worked. That or my 1952. Thank you, Daniel. Not always does betting against the public work. You got to pick your spots. But you got to remember, Vegas doesn't lose. Not long term anyways. They'll have their little runs. They may have a big couple bets that take them out in a day. Patriots covering, or Wake Forest covering, or Army covering, when everybody and their grandma and their stepkids are all on them. That's if it happens. But you got to remember, it don't happen very often. Vegas is always ahead. It's looking like it's going to be a good day today. We got 4 bowl games. Yeah, Piston games did go extremely under yesterday. Michael, the slot machines are no joke. Their biggest moneymaker is the penny slots, believe it or not. I'm trying to see if I can pop up the gaming revenues. Yeah, you got to stay away from the slots. Wow. Trying to pop up the if I could pop it up real quick, I'd love to show you guys the breakdown. I guess it's not popping up. Oh well. All right, we'll move back to Memphis and Wake Forest. Hoot by night. Always same time, same place. Except for last weekend when we didn't have any power. Six and 6 Wake Forest taking on 8-5 Memphis. Wake ended the year 4-8 straight up. Sorry, 6 and 6 straight up, 4-8 against the spread. Memphis was 8-5 straight up, 8-5 against the spread. Head coach Dave Clawson representing the ACC and Wake Forest in the Birmingham Bowl. Mike Norvell coaching for Memphis for the American Athletic Conference. Going to be a great showdown. Some top team trends between the two teams. Memphis is 15 and 6 against the spread the last 5 years against weak defensive teams, allowing more than 31.5 points per game. Wake Forest is 0 and 7 against the spread the last 7 games on more than 6 days rest. Memphis is 10 and 2 on the over their last 3 years in non-conference games. There was only 4 bowl games that had total set over 70. This is one of them. Line opened up extremely high, 73.5. It's been bet down to 72 right now. I mean, you've got a lot of reasons why the total was set extremely high on this game. You got Wake, who averages second in the nation in number of plays, although that number has dropped over the last couple weeks. The last 3 weeks, actually. They used to average almost 85 plays a game. I believe that's down to like 72 or 71 plays a game now. They did lose their quarterback, Sam Hartman, who passed for just under 2,000 yards. Freshman quarterback went out with a leg injury. He was replaced by sophomore Jamie Newman, who's got 680 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions over the last 3 games. he's played well enough in the 3 starts. He led them to road wins at Duke and NC State to finish out the year with 2 wins out of their last 3 losses to get them to that 6-win bowl eligible spot. So the kid's definitely good enough. The sophomore quarterback's definitely good enough to hang in the game and definitely put up some numbers and produce. All right. On the other side of the field, you got Memphis. Absolutely murdering teams when they win. They're ranked 4th nationally in yardage, averaging 534 yards a game. They're 4th in rushing offense, averaging 285 yards a game rushing the ball. And they're 7th in scoring, averaging 43.5 points per game. Just an absolute explosive offense by Memphis. You add that with the numbers of Wake Forest and what Wake Forest has on defense. Wake Forest is 116th, ranked 116th in total defense, all right, giving up 465 yards a game on average. They're ranked 128th. They're second to last in the nation in the red zone defense. If a team gets in the red zone, they put up points 95% of the time. If the team gets in the 20, they're putting up points 95% of the time. So it definitely helps if you're playing the over. Good money team, absolutely. I do agree. We're going to see a lot of plays in that game. When you start breaking it down and you start looking, let's just start on the offensive side of things, all right? Wake Forest, averaging 32.5 points per game. Memphis, averaging 43.6 points per game. When you get down into the yardage and how they're getting those points, all right? Wake Forest averaging 228 yards in the air passing, 216 on the ground. So pretty dimensional. They're not one-dimensional, they're two-dimensional. They got a good air game, they got a good ground game. Then you look at Memphis. Blows these numbers away. 249 in the air, 286 on the ground. Averaging less plays and a lot more yardage. Then you flip the script and you, okay, let's see. Where's the better defense at? Pretty comparable. Wake Forest gives up 33.2 points per game. Memphis gives up 31.5 a game. Wake gives up 274 yards on average to opposing quarterbacks in the air. 191 on the ground. Memphis on the other side gives up 251 yards in the air, 170 on the ground. Big difference here. Big difference. Wake Forest ended the year turnovers, -3. -3 on turnovers. They've committed more than they've actually recovered from opposing teams. Memphis, on the other hand, +4. Memphis finished +4 on the year on turnovers, which means they've turned the ball over less than they've gotten the ball from other teams turning it over. Definitely, MLB coaching does matter, especially in this game. Where'd my live chat go? Hoot by night, very welcome. Games haven't been the best this week, but it's okay. We bounce back. We always do. We absolutely always do. That's why we're still here, year after year after year. Paul, does the combined score hit 80? That's a tough one. It's a tough one. We can look at that, Michael. We can look at the difference between who each team's playing. Absolutely, Hoot. We never shy away if we lose. We admit it. Had an off week. Aaron, Mr. Gore, good morning, bud. Happy holidays. Merry early Christmas. Ty, are they going to be up for it? Absolutely. It's a bowl game. Kids are excited to play in the bowl games. Now let's break down who each team's playing. Good money team, absolutely. It's definitely something to pay attention to. Wake Forest opened up the year playing against Tulane. They beat them 23-17. Total was set at 55. Game went way under. The next 5 games of Wake all went over. They played Towson. They beat them 51-20. Towson's a nobody. They lost to Boston College 41-34. They got smashed by Notre Dame 56-27. They beat Rice 56-24. Then they played a top team. They played Clemson. It's like they didn't even show up to the game. They got beat by 60 points. They got beat 63-3. That game went over the total of 61. Clemson almost did it themselves. Then after that, they played Florida State. They lost to Florida State 38-17. This was with their good starting quarterback. Then they lost to Syracuse 41-24, which is an overrated team. They beat NC State 27-23 with their backup, with a sophomore, with Hartman. They lost to Pittsburgh 34-13. And then they smashed Duke to end the year 59-7. They absolutely do play hungry, their MLB. Duke was a big win. Absolutely. They come in here thinking that Memphis numbers are overinflated because they played scrubs. You got to take a look. Yeah, they beat Mercer 66-14. They had a slip up against Navy before Navy lost almost about every game of the year, losing 22-21. They beat Georgia State 59-22. They smashed South Alabama. They did lose to Tulane in a shocker, losing 40-24. I remember that. We were on the wrong side of that game. They beat Connecticut 55-14. They lost to UCF back in October. They lost to them twice this year. Lost to them in October. They almost beat them on the road, losing 31-30. Missouri beat them. SEC team smashed them. Dr. Franco, Cynthia, Princess Chachu. You think they play one overtime period today? Is that before or after the scores tied 70-70? They came back after losing to Missouri. They beat East Carolina 59-41. Game where we saw 100 points. They beat Tulsa 47-21. Curtis, that's good luck if a pigeon hits you. Especially if it shits on you. They beat SMU 28-18. Then they came and beat Houston. Absolutely annihilated them 52-31. Then they lost to UCF one more time. Losing 56-41. Good money team. You just said Wake's going to give up major points defensively as long as they can score this game. The over is a no-brainer. Good morning, Devin. I do tend to agree with you. As long as Wake is able to put up numbers against the Memphis defense, definitely see a lot of scoring in this game. I do see the possibility for that total to fly over. A little leery of it. Both teams have played some games that probably should have gone over, and they didn't. Memphis struggling against SMU, only putting up 28 points. That was the middle of November, so that was 5 weeks ago. Same thing 5 weeks ago against Pittsburgh. Wake Forest put up 34. Against NC State, they put up 27. Against Syracuse, they put up 24. I should wear a Santa suit tomorrow. SportsBetter 609 says he gets burnt on totals in college football. Don't bet under if it's real high. I'm on the over and it goes under. I'll be honest with you, that's been like our NBA totals lately. Or our college basketball totals. If we're not on it, it goes over. If we're on it, it stays under. I hear you there. Yeah, good money team, and there was a lot of unders that week. Wake Forest DB. What's the kid's name? Amari Henderson. He's questionable for the game. As of right now, he's listed as questionable. He's listed as undisclosed injury. They're not announcing what he has. Wide receiver Greg Dortch is ruled out for Wake Forest today. He was a big contributor in their win over tomorrow. I'm looking confused. I'm not sick and tired, but I am definitely not confused. Greg Dortch was a big contributor, wide receiver for Wake in their big win against Duke. 10 catches, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. One of them being a 30-yard grab. Let me look at another place, Mr. Allen. Because I haven't seen him jumping into the draft just yet. He may be entering the draft. He just hasn't declared it yet. He hasn't. He's still eligible, and he's still listed as questionable on the team sheet. G&G. That's exactly the way that I feel. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Princess Chacha, that looks juicy right there. Houston plus 14 in the over in the weight game over 65. That looks like a juicy bet right there. Oh, James Allen, we're talking about the wrong Henderson. I was referencing Amari Henderson, the wide receiver for Wake. Not Darrell Henderson, the running back for Memphis. There's two Hendersons, one on each side, Amari and Darrell. Darrell's not playing, the running back for Memphis. The kid that put up 22 touchdowns, he's entering the draft. I was on the Wake Forest side talking about the Amari Henderson, the wide receiver. Hadn't got to the other side yet. LaAndre Thomas is listed as questionable as well. As well as Carlito Gonzalez. Both DBs are listed as questionable. They're not ruled out as of yet. That could change in the next 2 hours. Hour and 45 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. Don't let Darrell Henderson for Memphis being out scare people away. Devin, we're going to get to some picks here in a little bit. They still got Patrick Taylor Jr. who puts up some good numbers. 118 yards against UCF, 128 against Houston, 2 touchdowns against Houston, 112 yards on 20 rush attempts against SMU and 2 touchdowns. They also throw to him a couple times a game as well. He's actually had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games this year over 100 yards rushing. With the highlight being against UConn, he had 11 rushes for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. Another 1,000-yard back, and he's not even their main back. He averages about 15 carries per game. He'll probably see in the 20s this week. Less injuries. Michael, you need a coffee? Mr. Caruso, good morning. Merry Christmas. I'll be in touch by text message as soon as we get off the live show. Everybody that's on my personal plays, I'll be in touch about 10 minutes after the show, 10, 15 minutes after the show. I do like the over, but I'm leery of betting it. We don't actually have a play on any level of our plays, from our consensus plays, premium plays, my personal plays, or the bowl game on the total of this game. I do lean towards the over, but there's just too many uncertainties with it being a high total of 72.5 right now. I look at some of their past games where both teams struggled to put up numbers, where they had really, really, really good defensive games. Memphis versus SMU. Memphis should have rolled all over them. They put up 4 touchdowns. Another game against Tulsa. Great scoring game. Now, that game went over the total of 65.5. But if that total was set at 72, it wasn't going over. I did talk to a couple bookmakers here in Vegas this week about this total. It was definitely overinflated by nearly a touchdown of where it should be, for the sole fact that everybody in the world was going to see Memphis and Wake, and they were going to bet the over. So the true line on this game is right around what it was with the Memphis and Tulsa game, or the Wake and NC State game. Total should be 65, 65.5, maybe 66, 66.5. So with an overinflated total by, adding a touchdown on top of it for the public, and then you look at the odds of who's betting what, and you've got 80% of the public all still pounding the over. Everybody's pounding the over. So I'm leery of it. I do like it. However, and there you go, Michael. There's a perfect scenario. They both score a lot at home, not much on the road. Sports betting, or Princess Chacho, overtime does count. Exactly. When in doubt, leave it out. And for that fact, I'm laying off the total. I do lean towards Memphis on this game. I think Memphis gets the job done. Thank you, Mike. I do appreciate it. And it is an early game. It's cold in Birmingham. I mean, what's the weather? I'm going to pop up the weather right now, but I bet it's got to be in the high 30s right now. High 30s, low 40s is got to be my take on the weather right now. Game time starting in 2 hours. I got to imagine it's going to be in the low 40s, mid 40s to low 50s during the game. And there it is. At game time, it'll be in the 50s. 50s, nice weather to play in. Sunny, 50, slight breeze. So you're not going to have that ice chill factor of that Alabama ice. Yeah, you definitely may wait betting that game. It's definitely going to be a fun game to watch. I will have this one on the TV 100%. Give me 1 second, guys. Popping up one last thing. All right. So, I mean, I do lean. G&G, we'll talk about that. They're just clearing cap space. That's all they're doing. Do I know any casinos in Vegas that do the reverse puck lines? I believe any of the William Hill books do. Or if you get their app, I believe they do on their app. I'd have to check. So, I do have a free play coming up for you guys. I'm going to give you, at one point during the show, I'm going to give you one of our premium plays, maybe one of my personal plays. I'm not sure yet. That's what I thought, G&G. I'd have to get on the phone and look. But I'm staying off the total. I'm leery of it. I think there's a chance that it goes under, but I also think there's a bigger chance that it goes over. And with that uncertainty, I'm not going to bet it. I don't need to have a bet on every single side and total of the game. Yes, online. You heard that all games today were going over. Well, the next one's definitely an interesting one, and the public is all over the under. We'll move on to the next game, and then we are going to get you guys a free football play here. I haven't decided if I'm going to give you guys one of the NFL games or one of the college football games. But I'm going to give you guys a winner, that's for sure. Have a good day today. Next game we're going to break down Houston and Army. I know there's a lot of opinions on this one already in here. I've already seen them. Absolutely. We're going to break down that game. But first, guys, today is Saturday. It's our favorite day of the week. Why? Because of Guaranteed Saturday. All right? If you guys have never bet our Guaranteed Saturday before, it's one game. All right? It's one big game that we absolutely step out on and pound. You're looking for one game to catch up on with your book. Here's the game. All right? I will tell you this. Guaranteed Saturday starts at 7 p.m. We absolutely guarantee that you win or you receive a refund. No questions asked, and because of 12 days of Christmas. All right, we're bringing back the coupon code, so I expect this probably be the last time we see this coupon code for quite some time, but get $50 off guaranteed Saturday when you enter the promo code SAT50, SAT50, all lowercase. It's one big game, and I will tell you this, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern. It is college football. It is one of the bowl games. It is between Buffalo and Troy. I will not tell you if it's the side or the total, but what I will tell you, it's going to be an absolute blowout winner. I'm stepping out on it. We haven't had the best of week, I'll be honest. I mean, hell, most of you already know that. I'll be stepping out on it. We've won the last 6 of 7 guaranteed Saturday plays, and I'm going to absolute pound this one into the ground and hammer home a nice big win. This is one big game that we can... Michael, you're going to get it tattooed on you. Awesome. This is one big game that you can absolutely pound. Michael was on our guaranteed Saturday last week. Russ was on our guaranteed Saturday last week. Actually, I think last 2 weeks. They can attest. Last week we had the Houston. We played in the NFL last Saturday. We had the Texans and Jets over. That put some money in everybody's pocket. I'm not telling you if it's a side or if it's the total, the over, the under, but I will tell you this: it's one of those three. All right. It's either Buffalo with the points, Buffalo laying the points, Troy with the points, the over, the under. It's one of your 4 options. All right. But if you want the winner, it's normally $150. You get $50 off. When you enter the promo code SAT50, it drops down to just $100. You get it right on the website. All right, that game is at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Be a nice winner for everybody. And yes, if for some reason we lose, we actually do refund your money, no questions asked. Yes, it is college football. It is college football today. It's one of the bowl games. If for some reason we stick our foot in our mouth, which I'm not going to talk about it because it does happen. It has happened from time to time, but not very often. And when it does happen, we give a full refund. We don't say, hey, here's credit. Go get, this plays. No, sorry, Planet Fugate. Probably won't be seeing any refunds. It's going to be a nice, easy winner for everybody. Just like last week, and the week before, and the week before, and the week before. It's our game of the week, basically, in a nutshell. Michael can't tell you that. Michael's tried, one of the times Mike was on it and he lost, he asked us to apply it towards a package, and we had already refunded it. That is true. That is true, Mike. The only loss is BS coaching the Middle Tennessee game. 12 men on the field when they're punting the ball to them. And Todd Gurley. Mike does love some guaranteed Saturday plays, and as Russ said, they've been on fire. You guys looking for one big game that you guys absolutely pound this week? Here's your opportunity. That is for sure. All right, let's start breaking down. Let's get on to that next game. Houston and Army. Absolutely, we give full refunds if the guaranteed Saturday play loses. Michael can attest to that. Other services will give you credit to another package or send you over to another handicapper. On our Guaranteed Saturday, we just refund your money. Some say, oh, we'll just give you another play. We don't do that. We give a full refund. I know a lot of you are already on our premium plays. If you're not, they've got a couple deals going this morning. You can get all of Saturday's premium plays for just $49 right on the website. You can also pick up 3 days for $99. There's actually 4 premium plays for today. There's 4. It's going to be a busy day. What do we got? 2 college football and NFL, and a college basketball. And the college basketball I absolutely love. Brad Dale, Guaranteed Saturday is college football today. Guaranteed Saturday is college football. Only one way to get the Guaranteed Saturday play, and that's right on our website, cappersdirect.com. As soon as you purchase it, you get instant access to the plays. That's the coolest thing about it. Instant access, guys. The play is already on the website. It's ready to go. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. As soon as you purchase, you get access. Matthew, we gave out a little lean on Memphis. I may give you guys a big play on that game. I laid off. But I will be giving out a free football play here shortly. Ty, what's going on, bud? Thank you, Russ, for pointing that out. Houston and Army. Let's pop up the odds on this game before we start breaking it down. Army opened up as a 5-point favorite. They're now laying 6.5. However, BetOnline just moved it to 7. GTBet still has it at 7. It's trending upwards to 7. The total on the game opened up at 67.5. It is now down to 59.5 here in Las Vegas. BetOnline just dropped it to 58.5. When you pop up the money on that game, let's take a look at where the money is. It's pretty one-sided. 79% of the public is all right in Army. 21% against the spread bets are on the opposite side, on Houston. Very publicly bet game for Army. The total, 55% are on the under, 45% are on the over. There's actually been some late money coming in on the over. That number was a lot bigger for the under right before we started the show. Curtis, it's probably my friends watching so that they can go live right after me and then give out the opposite of every lean that I give or every free play. It's their MOs if you haven't noticed in the last couple last couple months. Somebody else goes live right after me and they give out the exact opposite. They sit and watch our show, give us a couple thumbs down, a couple internet trolls come in, make a couple posts. Yeah, they come and go like a ghost, Princess Chachu. That's for sure. But watch, they'll go live right after us. They probably won't now, or maybe they'll change up their tactics. But if you go watch every live show we've done, somebody else goes live right after us. Gives out the exact opposite. Then they claim how they had a perfect day, but yet they gave out a bunch of losers because last week we absolutely killed everything we gave out on Saturday. Then they'll go live while driving a car, talk a bunch of shit about their own people having fucked up teeth, or me. I mean, you got to be a complete jerk off to talk about your own people. It's probably why they delete their videos, from what I heard. Hey Zeus, I'll get text messages from people. Letting me know that, oh, yep, they gave out the opposite of every game you gave out. You know that. You watch their live feeds, Jesus. Curtis. Yeah, where is Reggie? Reggie. All right, let's get another game day breakdown because we got some good shit to give away. It's painfully obvious, Princess Chacho. See, look at that. We start talking shit. Now their little trolls start showing up. Raider for life, good morning. All right, let's get back to that game day breakdown between Houston and Army. Now that we know the public is all riding Army in the under, Houston finished the season 8-4 straight up, 6-6 against the spread. Army, one hell of a year, finished the year 10-2 straight up, 7-5 against the spread. Top team trends, Houston is 21-8 against the spread dating back to the year 2000 versus top 25 ranked teams. Army is just 11-21 against the spread. The last 32 games, favored as 7 points or less. Good morning, William. Reading the comments, what I miss. Yeah, Curtis, Steven, where's Reggie? Whoever knows Reggie. I know he's probably just a fake account. They probably just need to switch over to the Reggie. They got so many of them, they probably lost their Reggie account. Reggie. MLB knows a Reggie. Army is 16-2 on the under their last 3 years against lesser passing defenses, yielding more than 7.4 yards per attempt. Everybody know that Houston and Army met every season between 2000 and 2004, with the Cougars winning 4 times and the Knights owning a 4-1 against the spread edge. Oh yes, this is a Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Reggie Miller. Oh, shoot, there he is. What up, fat man? Yep, I should be slimming down because all I seem to be doing is eating soup. Sick eating soup, so hopefully I'm down about 10 pounds. I might be down to 212. Because I'm so fat at 6 foot tall and 212. All right. Army. Let's talk about Army. Bet these guys are proud to be in the Army. Guys wear it on their sleeve, wear it on their jersey, and they're all about Army. Reggie Jackson, Baba Booey, absolutely. These guys love being an Army soldier. They will be shortly. Right now they're what, cadets? But they're proud to admit they're part of the Army. And one thing that they will never do is they'll never give up and never quit on that field. Houston's going to be in for a battle, plain and simple. I mean, Army coming in with the second best rushing team in the country, averaging over 300 yards a game. However, they've got the second worst passing team, averaging 81 yards a game. They peel potatoes in the Army. Army ranks number 1 in the country in both third down and fourth down completions. They complete 57.1% of all their third down attempts. They also complete 90.9, just under 91% of every one of their fourth down conversions. Fourth and whatever, Army going for it. I mean, it's got to be like 4th and 15 for Army not to go for it. Houston lost their star quarterback 2 weeks ago. De'Aaron King, 36 touchdowns on 6 interceptions 2 weeks ago against Tulane. They've got the number 4 scoring offense in the country, averaging 46.4 points per game. They lost to Memphis 52-31. Remember, defensive tackle Ed Oliver is out for Houston, entering the draft. It's going to be a high draft pick. Even with him, they rank 124th in total defense, giving up 488 plus yards a game. But most of that is because they rank 129th, which is dead last in the country, in passing yards allowed, giving up 291 yards. Good thing for the Houston defense is Army can't pass the ball. They don't throw the football. Now, the rushing defense is 99th. Not much to brag about, averaging giving up 197.1 yards per game. They have not shut down an offense running the ball all year. And they just gave up 401 yards on the ground in the last game against Memphis. Houston's had a little less than 3 weeks to prepare. And they have seen the triple option twice this year. They saw it versus Tulane, and they also saw it versus Navy. All right? They beat Navy 49-36. And they beat Tulane 48-17 by stopping the triple option. The reason why, and Jesus, this is probably the reason why, when you look at the Army's defense, these stats are overinflated because the Army defense is not on the field very much. Army owns time of possession. they lead the country in time of possession. They average the ball on offense 39 minutes a game. 39 out of 60 minutes, on average, the Army offense is driving. Their defense is solid because they don't play very many snaps. They only give up 18 points a game. They only score 29. It's because the offense is always on the field. So when you look at, and we're going to go over this here in a minute, but when you look at at least when I do, when I look at the Army defensive stats, you have to remember it's because they're not on the field. So you have to take that into consideration, and I do too, when you're looking overall. I mean, if there's a team that's going to be able to compete and convert first downs and drive the ball against Army, then those Army stats will be a lot different. Absolutely, Princess Chacho. I do believe that they're going to be fired up. The total right now is sitting at 59.5 at the Westgate. 59.5 at all the William Hill books here in town, and 59 at CG Technologies. Let's break down some season statistics between these teams. Houston averages 46.4 points per game. Army, 29.7, running the ball. Houston on offense averages 301 yards in the air, 228 on the ground. Army, 80 in the air, 296 on the ground. When you look at the defensive side of things, Houston gives up 291 in the air, 197 on the ground, and 34.4 points per game. Army gives up 18 points per game on average, 185 in the air, 108 on the ground. And the reason why, at least when I look at these numbers and I see them so low, it's because Army's defense is not on the field for barely a third of the game. Nearly 40 minutes of a 60-minute game, Army's offense is on the field. If their offense is on the field, the defense is on the sidelines, not racking up stats. We're not getting yardage put on them. Brother Boog, absolutely. The best defense is controlling the ball on offense. Obviously, if your offense is on the field for the entire game and your defense is off, one, your defense is fresh. Two, unless you're throwing pick sixes or fumbling the ball and letting them recover them for a touchdown, you're not giving up any points as well because your offense is on the field. Shane, I like to think that too, but you go back and you look at the two games that Houston played against triple option teams. Navy, they don't pass the ball. Tulane, a couple times a game. 8-9 times a game. Both those games they won. Navy was a little more challenging for them. They won 49-36. That game went over the total of 59.5. Then against Tulane, total 67.5. That game went under. But they beat them 48-17. Houston 2-0 against the triple option. Big wins. Both times scoring 48 points or more. Thank you, Mike. We got our guaranteed Saturday. Let's look at how the over and under is Still at 55% on the under. Still the same. Marcellus Jefferson, thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate that. Make sure you guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Bottom right-hand corner of the video, you're going to see a Capper's Direct logo inside a white little box. Make sure you hover your mouse over that box. It pops up a small little window. Click subscribe. That way you get notified each and every single time we put out a free play or a video. Also, if you're on your phone or your tablet, just turn it sideways. And then it pops up a small little window. Click that subscribe button. Also, if you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the plays and the shows all the time, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. Jamar, you know the Houston Army game is part of our bowl package. Who I like is already in the bowl package. So you guys know that one's not going to be your free play today because this game is in. I'll give you guys a lean on the total possibly, but I do have a free play coming up for you guys in a football game. Let's look at some of these teams that they all played this year. Houston started off the year beating Rice 45-27. They beat Arizona 45-18. They lost to Texas Tech 63-49. Bingo, Princess Chachu. They beat Texas Southern 70-14. They beat Tulsa 41-26. They beat East Carolina 42-20. They beat Navy and their triple option 49-36. They beat South Florida 57-36. They lost to SMU 45-31. They lost to Temple 59-49 in a big shootout with over 110 points. They beat Tulane 48-17 and they lost in their last game to Memphis, losing 52-31. Houston games 8-4 on the over this year. 8 out of the 12 games have gone over the posted total. Army 6-6 on the over. Look at the teams Army has played and their 10-2 record. Lost week 1 to Duke, losing 34-14. And they beat Liberty 38-14. They barely beat Hawaii 28-21. They lost to Oklahoma 28-21 in a game they controlled because they controlled the clock. Jamar, you got to go click on the college bowl game package. After the show, I'll walk you through it. But you should be getting the bowl games. If you didn't get the bowl game, then you missed out on BYU yesterday. I'll walk you through it afterwards. That way you get all your plays. Army beat Buffalo 42-13. They beat San Jose State 52-3. They beat Miami, Ohio 31-30, barely. Miami, Ohio almost knocked them off. They beat Eastern Michigan 37-22. They beat Air Force 17-14. They beat Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns, 31-13. They barely escaped Colgate, winning 28-14, and they beat Navy 17-10 in a game that Navy definitely tried to make a push to come back in. Overall quality of talent leans to Houston. Coaching leans to Houston. Star players leans to Houston. As far as the total on this game, this is another one like the Memphis Wake Forest game. I think it can go either way on the total on this game. Total now down to 59.5, 59 at CG Technologies. And I do believe if you continue to wait, I mean, this game don't start till 3:30 Eastern time, 12:30 here in Vegas. Continue to wait, you may see that line drop another half a point. To your advantage if you're betting the over. If you're rolling on the under, I'd jump on it because I expect that total to keep coming down a little bit. But as far as betting it, for me, you look at some of their past histories of when Houston's played a triple option. Houston and Navy. Sorry, not Navy. Where'd they go? I'm on the wrong page. I already scrolled down. Houston and Tulane, for example. They set that total at 67.5. It's where this total was set originally. Now it's down to in the 59s. All right? Houston beat them 48-17. That game went under the 67.5. However, if it was at the total where it's at now, it would have went over. Houston and Navy. Total was set at 59.5, right where this one's at. Houston won 49-16 or 49-36. Absolute huge line movement. 8 points. Tom, good morning, bud. 8 points. Vegas is begging you to take the under. They're saying, please, please, please take the under. Sorry, guys. Good morning, Brian. So with the total on this game, myself personally, I think the over is definitely in play. One, it's the opposite side of what the public is doing. But it's one of those games that it could potentially be close and go in any direction. And for that, I don't have a bet on this game. I don't have a total on it. Dominique, the show is, or the morning's going good. Morning is going good so far. But as of right now, I do not have a play on this. Waiting to see where the total goes and a little more information. I may change that later. I am going to give out an additional free play on Twitter later. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you probably should at CapNationKyle. I'll be giving out an additional free play right there on Twitter later today. There's a direct link to my Twitter. This is part of our bowl package. The side on this game is part of our bowl package, so I can't give that one out. Guys, our bowl package today is the absolute last day to get on board. You're guaranteed a minimum of 20 plays, side and totals. Could be and or. We guarantee 70% win rate or better. If we don't hit 70% on our bowl package, we give you 2 weeks of our premium plays absolutely free. A $2,000 package for free. Our bowl packages are money makers. They have always been money makers, and not going to be anything less. You can actually get it. They brought it back for 12 days of Christmas today and today only, because today's the last day to get on board it to get that 20-game minimum. It's normally $3.99. They brought back the early bird special, so it's 50% off. It's $1.99 for the entire package. You get it right on the website. No, we broke down, Dominic, we broke down the Memphis game. It is a premium play, but I said personally, I do lean towards Memphis. I don't have any play on that total just yet. The total scares me. I think the total can possibly go either way. Three and two so far, Daniel. We've only lost 3 bowl games between all of our premium plays, personal plays of mine, and our bowl games. We've actually only lost 3. I think we're 11 and 3 now overall. 11 and 3 or 12 and 3? 12 and 3. Sorry, that's side and totals. It hasn't been 15 games, but picking a side and total of certain games, we're now 12 and 3 in the bowl games total. That's between our consensus plays, premium plays, personal plays, and our bowl package. I'm still undefeated. I haven't lost one of my own. We just went 2-0 in the bowl games yesterday. We had the over in the FIU game. And if you guys remember from when I went live the other day, we talked about Florida International plus the points, how juicy and appealing it was. Hint, hint. And then we also had BYU. We actually gave them out at minus 12. And we told quite a few people, we don't care if you get it at 17, 16, 15. It don't matter what you get it at. BYU will roll all over them. And they did. Very generous if you listen closely. Sometimes I give away the whole card if you listen closely. One of our bowl games that we lost was the Arizona State plus 6.5. Whew. Pick in the end zone killed us on that game. We have not broke down that game yet. I probably won't be breaking down that game as it's our guaranteed Saturday play. I would love to, though. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm ready for this little sickness to go away. Thank you, Who Dat Bob. That's the goal of this and going live is to make you guys better gamblers, more successful. I'd like to be able to take you guys in more of what I do or how we do it. It's kind of hard to show how we do it without actually being here and seeing it, but Dominique, I actually got from the pharmacist Mucinex D. It's the one with Sudafed in it, and then but I got viral infection and an ear infection, and hasn't been good. I can't even hear out this ear yet. Shane, I agree, and you know what? I love Saturdays. Last Saturday we absolutely pounded, absolutely murdered the books last Saturday. Yeah, not good, man. It's I I don't think I've ever had an ear infection since maybe I was a kid and I was too young to remember, but my little daughter gets them, and man, I can't imagine how she feels. She can't even tell us. Aaron Gore, yeah, some downtime would be nice. I'd love to go take the motorhome up to the mountains and get some fresh air and get out of the city for a little bit. I didn't even think adults could get ear infections. Yeah, last Saturday was great. This one's going to be even better. Leans, free plays. A lot of the games that we're giving out are part of our big card today, so we can't give them all out, but we're going to. We're going to give away some stuff. A lot of people think we don't give anything away, but a lot of you guys listen to the little nuggets that get released. I don't have the Santa suit. Let's see here. I was actually planning on going live Monday morning-ish. Michael, where in northern Arizona? The Williams? I was looking at the open land up there. That is true, Daniel. I give little nuggets, and for the dedicated and active listeners, we love it up in Williams, Michael. I was actually looking at some of the land up there. We talked about buying a piece of property up there and building up there for retirement. Do you go up there at all? So, I say we break down another game. What do you guys say? Let's break down another bowl game, then we'll move into the NFL. We'll blow through the NFL pretty quickly. We were actually just up by you in the summertime. We went to, what was it called? Lynx Lake. Went to Lynx Lake, and then we did another trip. We went up to Fool's Hollow. Anton, I didn't give out the side on a lean. It's part of our bowl package. But I did say I personally like the over, but I'm still a little leery of it. I was going to wait to see where the line finally went to. Tom, I would love to do the Buffalo-Troy game, but unfortunately that's part of our guaranteed Saturday play. No, you're all good. I would trust me, I'd love to. But it's our guaranteed Saturday play, so I'm going to stay away from that one. Except betting it. It's going to be my nice big bailout of the week right there. Big game of the week today, guaranteed Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. For everybody that's not on it or doesn't know what it is, first of all, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's one big game. Guaranteed Saturdays. It's basically, in a nutshell, it's our game of the week. We absolutely guarantee that you win or you receive a full refund, no questions asked. yes, we actually give refunds, all right? We don't lose many of them. We've won 6 out of our last 7 weeks. We don't have them on any other days other than Saturdays. It's our guaranteed Saturday play. We hit last week's, we hit the week before, the week before that. They've absolutely been hot, big money making. If you're looking for one game that you can step out on and definitely hammer your book, our guaranteed Saturday play is definitely the game to do it on. For some reason you lose, we issue a full refund, no questions asked. Generally, before you ever even have to ask, we don't give another package. We could give you another package, but we generally refund the purchase. As soon as the game's over, our accounting department's hitting the refund button on our automated system. So generally, before anybody's able to ask for anything different, we've already refunded the money back to you. All right? So you guys can jump on board our guaranteed Saturday play. It is college football. It is between Buffalo and Troy. I'm not telling you if it's the side. I'm not telling you if it's the total, the over, the under. I'm not telling you if it's Buffalo. I'm not telling you if it's Troy or Buffalo or the over or the under, over. Whichever one you guys want to think you want it. It's normally $150, but because of the 12 days of Christmas, it's $50 off. All you got to do is enter the promo code SAT50, SAT50, and you'll get right on board our guaranteed Saturday play. It's already posted on the website. You get instant access to the play as soon as you sign up. That's the cool part about it. As soon as you sign up, you get instant access to the play. No lollygagging around. You're not going to be told that you bought crap. You're not going to be upgraded. You're not going to say, hey, you're not going to hear, hey, ding dong, you need to pay me more money or go piss off. You're not going to be passed on to another individual. None of that happens here. We take care of every one of our clients, and you get instant access to the plays. As soon as you purchase, you've got access to your guaranteed Saturday play. All right? Same thing with our bowl game package as well. Oh, good morning, Kissy B. I seen that you signed up for our free promotion on Monday, but you signed up with a fake phone number. And then you posted, how can you activate your account? You never called in. So I tried to call you, but you signed up with a disconnected number. Or else I would have took care of you. Or maybe you just put in the wrong number. One thing we don't do is we don't harass you folks. Any NHL picks? Maybe. You're welcome, Brian, but you know they have been rocky this week. But just like always, we will bounce back. Interesting. Give me 1 second, folks. Any of you guys ever heard of somebody named Mike Morgan in the sports service? You guys ever bet with somebody named that out of curiosity? Or Dan Morgan? Just curious. Jamar, appreciate it. Captain Morgan. We like Captain Morgan or Sailor Jerry. Mike, you got robbed so much? All right, let's break down another game. Louisiana Tech, Morgan Freeman. I was just curious because we don't buy leads, but somebody just sent us an unsolicited email trying to sell us 50 names and numbers and email addresses. But we don't buy and we don't sell. Yes, Brian, they are dumping salaries, making room for Harper. Game 227-228, Louisiana Tech facing off against Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl. Aloha. Mahalo to all my Hawaiian customers and viewers. Let's take a look at the numbers on this game. Line opened up, Hawaii favored by 1.5. Now you can flip that script. Louisiana Tech laying a point in most places, although the MGM still has it as a pick. CG Technology still has it a pick. I see Offshore's moving it to 1.5. Total on that game opened up at 57.5. It's now up to 61. 61.5 in a couple places as well. Let's look at the action. Where is the action? 62% of all the bettors are riding on Louisiana Tech. 38% are on Hawaii. 53% are on the under. 47% on the over. 67% of all moneyline bets are coming on Louisiana Tech. With a difference of laying one minus $1.10 or taking the money line at minus $1.15, I'd be laying the $1.15. Louisiana Tech is 31-19 against the spread in their last 50 games after a conference straight-up loss. Mike Butler, who do you get texts from asking you to buy picks? Just random people? Or certain individuals? You should post the names of the individuals. Because I know it's not us. Every once in a while we'll send out a text message with a promo with our coupon code or something like that. But not often. Hawaii, 2-13 against the spread their last 15 games as a favorite. They're no longer a favorite. Hawaii, 13-2 on the over. Their last 15 games versus an opponent with more than 6 days rest. For the 8th time in its history, Hawaii is playing... Sorry, for the 8th time since 2002, Hawaii is playing in the Hawaii Bowl. Yes, Louisiana Tech 5-1 against the spread in their bowl games. Lewis, thank you for joining in. And I do see that it popped up. Thank you for purchasing the bowl package. Good luck on the bowl package. It's going to be a great time. Should be a nice moneymaker. 2 big bowl game plays today. We do appreciate you joining us and trusting in us. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get notified anytime I go live or put out a pre-recorded video. A lot of times we'll go live impromptu. I did it a couple times this week. I'm going to do it on Monday. I might even go live later today with a little impromptu discussing some games. But thank you, and we look forward to making you a bunch of money. The hometown Rainbow Warriors. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. Trying to shake off a late season slump. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. Trying to shake off a late season slump. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. 4-3 straight up and against the spread in this game. They started the year 6-1, averaging 42 points per game. High-scoring offense for Hawaii. They're now averaging 24 points per game down the stretch. Louisiana Tech not entering the contest on the highest note. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 and their last 2. They lost their last 2 games to Southern Miss and Western Kentucky. Not putting up much on the offensive side of things. This is the 5th consecutive bowl game under head coach Skip Holtz. And he's got a fantastic track record in the postseason, guys. The Bulldogs are 4-0 straight up and 3-1 against the spread when he's on the sideline. So, no surprise the initial move was towards the coaching matchup. When you take into the consideration versus the coaching aspect of it, I give the nod to Louisiana Tech to Skip Holtz over Nick Rolovich. One thing that I believe is going to be key in this game is going to be who dictates the tempo. Can Louisiana Tech come out and start putting up numbers? Or is Hawaii going to get back to their old ways where they are averaging 42 points per game over the course of the first 7 games? Excellent stat there, Michael. Hawaii 1-4 versus the Conference USA. Let's look at the numbers. Louisiana Tech averaging 24.2 points per game all year long. Hawaii's average, 32.1. On the offensive side of things, Louisiana Tech averaging 247 yards in the air, 127 on the ground. Hawaii averaging 321 in the air, 114 on the ground. The defensive side of things, Louisiana Tech limits teams to 23.8 points per game. Hawaii limiting teams to 35.4. Louisiana Tech holding teams to under 200 yards passing at 194 yards per game, 157 on the ground. Hawaii holding teams to 231 in the air, but giving up 207 on the ground. Louisiana Tech's not a big running team. They should definitely be able to run when they want to. And you should definitely see the 240, 260 plus passing yards in the contest for Louisiana Tech. And big key to me is going to be the tempo. Who comes out? Who dictates the tempo? Who puts up that number first? And just how fast and high scoring. Let's look at the competition of who each team's played. Let's start with the home team. Let's start with the Rainbow Warriors, Hawaii. They started the year off against Colorado State. They beat them 43-34. Pretty much shocked the nation. Then they beat Navy 59-41 in a shocker. That's when we all knew Navy sucked this year, was when they lost to Hawaii. They beat Rice 43-29. They lost to Army 28-21. They beat San Jose State 44-41. They beat Wyoming 17-13. They lost to BYU 49-23, but we saw what type of team BYU was yesterday. They lost to Nevada 40-22. They lost to Utah State 56-17. They beat UNLV by a touchdown here in Vegas. Sorry, not in Vegas. Hawaii 35-28. And they beat San Diego State on the road, somehow, 31-30. Excellent stat, Stephen. Then you look at the flip side. Flip it around. Louisiana Tech. They beat South Alabama 30-26. They beat Southern University 54-17. They lost to LSU 38-21. The fact that they only lost to LSU by 17 points and they covered the spread was amazing. They beat North Texas 29-27. They lost to UAB 28-7. They beat UTSA 31-3. They beat UTEP 31-24. They beat Florida Atlantic and Lane Kiffin. They lost to Mississippi State. They beat Rice. They beat Southern Miss 21-20. Sorry, they lost to Southern Miss 21-20. Then they lost to Western Kentucky to round out the year. They're in Hawaii. These kids got to travel to Hawaii and have some fun. Little vacation. Let's take a look at this. Consensus report leans to Hawaii. The public is on Hawaii. Steve Macon is on Hawaii. Brent Musburger on Hawaii. Matt Yeomans, Dave Tully, Jonathan Van Tobel. Best bets of the bowl games. Louisiana Tech plus 1.5 when they were catching a 1.5. Now they're laying the point. Now they're laying the point. All right, popping up something else here. See if there's been any change on the money part, the money aspect of it. It's been a big line movement. From catching a 1.5 to laying a point. Laying a 1.5 in some spot. Big sharp action on Louisiana Tech. Fubar says pounding Tech. John Dolphin just waking up. What did you miss? Not too much. Reggie loves my impromptu videos. Reggie awfully quiet. They were on Hawaii, Daniel. Sharp action moved the line. There's more tickets on Hawaii. More dollar amount on Louisiana Tech. Means the big tickets coming in on Tech. Roger, thanks for the breakdown on Hawaii game. Going to see your site to see the NFL package. I don't just have a package just for NFL, Roger, but it is included. The NFL is included in our premium plays. College football, NFL, and college basketball today as far as our premium plays. My personal plays, I've got NFL, college football, and college basketball as well. But yes, public was heavy on Hawaii. But the Sharps, big sharp action, have absolutely pounded the Louisiana Tech line, moving it from catching 1.5 to laying 1. 2.5 point line movement because of sharp action. Just now, the total is 50-50. Pretty close to it. 52% on the over, 48% on the under. Yeah, give them a 3-point advantage for home field. Thank you, Brian. 2-0 in college bowl games yesterday. It was a nice day yesterday for college bowl games. Henry, we went over the Wake Forest Memphis game. First thing, you can scroll back up. I'll scroll over and watch the archived version. Lean on this game. I do like Louisiana Tech laying the 1. I do like Louisiana Tech. However, I would just bet them on the money line if you have the capability, minus $1.15 or minus $1.20. So that's what I would do. If it was me, I'd be taking them on the money line. For some reason, they win by 1. That would suck. You'd end up pushing. Just take them on the money line because it's available and it's not much different. I didn't give out a free play for that game. We gave out some leans. Yeah. When we win, they seem to be blowouts. Occasionally we'll lose a nail biter or we'll win a nail biter, but for the most part, they're blowouts. Steven coming in with the stats. Louisiana Tech 5-2 against the spread on the road. Yes, Michael. Stations has the money line at minus $1.15. Kyle, I'm going to be posting, you just asked any college basketball free plays. None just yet. I haven't decided. Well, I'm going to give away a free play in the video. It's going to be one of our football plays. But I am going to post something on Twitter later today. Or maybe 2. You never know. Yes, last Saturday we gave away quite a bit. This Saturday I'll try and do the same. I'm not a fan of the Army program today, G&G. The only way that Army covers the spread is if they're able to control the clock today and stop that Houston offense. I know a lot of people love Army. Army's a very highly public bet game today. I mean, highly public bet. It's up to 80% now. It was at 78 earlier when we broke down that game. The Army game's at 3:30 Eastern, Brian. All right, let's jump into the NFL because we're already rolling over 2 hours. And I want to get you guys on some free plays. No, they're rolling with the backup, Michael, but the backup's going to put up some numbers today. Oh, Reggie's here. I don't know, Reggie. I haven't ate yet. I got to eat my bacon and eggs this morning. Ooh, that sounds good. Maybe some pancakes. Some French toast. My boy, Reggie. Reggie, when are you going to sign up with us? Put Reggie on timeout. Okay, done. Oh, you win today's, I'll buy yo package fat face. 5 minutes for interference. Yep, for body shamming. Body shamming, 5 minutes. If I had $1 for every troll that came in here and said, I'll buy your package when you win. Now, the real serious players that say it, I believe you guys, because you guys do. Reggie just be trolling. It's all good in the hood. We love Reggie. All right, let me click off this screen. Let me pull up my info on the NFL. 2 NFL games today. One a little early, one a little late. NFL winding down, guys. Week 16. Not bad, G&G. Week 16. Looks to be very interesting. How about tomorrow? Look at this line for tomorrow. Bet you guys never thought you'd see this. Browns laying 10 points against the Bengals. Wow. Game 107-108. Washington versus Tennessee. Washington 7-7 straight up, 8-6 against the spread. Tennessee 8-6 straight up, 8-6 against the spread. Let's pop up the money. 52% of against the spread bettors are taking Washington plus the 10.5 points. 48% on Tennessee. 62% right in the under, 38% right in the over of 37.5. It's actually at 37.5. Let's see where else it's at. Vegas 37.5 everywhere here. Stations Properties has it at 38. What's everyone's favorite Christmas movie? Die Hard. Top team trends between these two teams. Tennessee 6-1 against the spread. Last 2 years in non-conference games. G&G, you're very welcome. Washington 8-16-1 against the spread the last 25 games on the road in non-conference games. Michael, I hate that movie. I think it's because I was forced to watch it as a child. Washington 10-0 on the over the last 10 games on the road on less than 6 days rest. Steve, I love it. Top Gun's your favorite Christmas movie. These two teams haven't faced off since 2014 when Washington beat them 19-17. Underdogs are 4-1 straight up, 5-0 against the spread. However, they haven't played in 4 years. Titans riding a 3-game win streak with wins over the Giants last week, winning 17-0, Jacksonville 30-9, and the Jets 26-22. With 2 losses prior to that to Houston and the Colts. Tennessee games are 8-6 on the under, 8-6 on the under. Same thing with Washington. 8-6 on the under. Washington finally got in the win column after dropping 4 straight games. Beat Jacksonville. They were catching 7 points last week on the road. They won 16-13. They got the job done. Both teams are alive for potential playoff spots. Both are on the outside looking in. Last week, Washington was not very impressive with their 16-3 win over Jacksonville. Josh Johnson, Washington's 4th starter of the year. And this kid was on a scout team playing defensive back not too long ago. Doing whatever he could for the team. Marcus Mariota, 2,418 passing yards on the year, only 11 touchdowns on 8 interceptions. Let's break down the stats on this game, all right? Stats on this game. Washington on offense averages scoring 18.9 points per game. Tennessee averages 19.1. Washington averages 202 yards in the air, 114 on the ground. Joe Hill, that's an excellent movie. Charlie Brown's Christmas Special throwback. It's a good one. Tennessee averaging 187 yards in the air, 131 on the ground. The defensive side of things. Washington holding teams to 22.1 points per game. Tennessee holding teams to 18.1 points per game. Good morning, Andre. Me and Curtis be fishing, and we're going to go fishing. We're going to film it. We're going to live stream it. We're going to call it Fishing for Picks. The defensive side of things, all right, guys? Washington holds teams at 241 yards passing, 117 on the ground. Tennessee holding teams at 219 in the air, just 110 on the ground. Daniel, I won't sit in the room and watch that movie. I just can't. I can't. Good morning, Alex. Sorry, but actually I missed your post earlier. I saw it and I meant to say hi and I got sidetracked. You know me and my ADD. Probably not, Daniel. Probably not. I got friends in high places. Just because you fished on the college level doesn't mean you got us beat. If there was more people, Daniel, that actually knew fishermen, I could get some of them on the air. Some of them are really good personal friends of mine. Ishman Rose, Skeet Reese, Aaron Martins. I used to fish with Aaron when he still lived in Castaic when I was a kid. Well, 18, 19. Most of these people don't know who they are, though. You know who's a huge fisherman is Mike Richards, the hockey player. He's a good friend of mine. He lives up there in Kenora. Yeah, but Daniel, can you call them? You might know who they are, but can you call them? I can. I could tell you a story about me and Ish playing blackjack at the Rio. I still lived in California. I was 18 with a fake ID. And I think we were down each... we were down $1,500 or something. We went there for the Hawaiian Tropic competition just to watch it. We were down $1,500. It was the biggest bet I ever made at the time. I was 18 years old. Put $1,500 up. I was down $1,500. We won it all back. Took our money, and I've never won at the Rio ever again. Ish is one of the guys that have not forgotten where they came from. Robert, it's a high spread. The high spreads scare me. Just takes a bad little run to kill a high spread like that. I'll send you a picture, Daniel, when we get off. I'll text you a picture once the games start of me and all your superstars on a fish fry up in upstate New York. Not too long ago, just 2 years ago. Alex, that was my phone vibrating. The our fish fry cooks were Van Dam and Davey Height. Back to the NFL. Titans 1-6 against the spread last 7 Saturday games. He is a weird guy. He's got gills behind his ears. Both teams battling for a playoff spot in a must-win situation. Huge line on this game. Huge line. It's actually up to 11 now at the Westgate. Tennessee laying 11 at the Westgate and stations. Tennessee 6-1 against the spread in their last last 2 years in the last 7 non-conference games. I don't think this one's going to be the blowout that many people are expecting it to be. Leans and laughs, Andre, and fishing for picks. Fishing for picks. All right. Now, on this game, I don't think it's going to be a blowout like everybody's expecting. I'm not expecting Tennessee to come in and absolutely murder and light the... Alex, we got sound now, bud? Hopefully there's sound back on. Okay. I accidentally clicked the wrong button on my screen here. I like taking the points in this scenario. I like Washington plus the points. I like Washington plus the 10.5. They're now getting 11. Now, we're going to give it up to you guys because we're already at 2.5 hours. I'm going to give away another play on at least one more play on Twitter later today. Do you guys want a free play in college football? Or do you guys want a free play in the NFL? Mr. Mackey, yes, they will play defense today. Now the question is if they can stop that Tennessee run game that's been going on the last couple weeks with old you-know-who. Old Derrick Henry lighting the world on fire lately. So post it in the comments what you guys want to see, what you guys want to hear, either college football, free play, or NFL. NFL, both. College, both. NFL, college. NFL. It just so happens there's a Kyle Johnson, huh? Nice fake account, I'm sure. Daniel wins. It's tennis. Just kidding. Michael, whichever one you don't have yet. Smart man, Michael's got them all. Michael, I think you have them all, though. Unless I give you a small consensus play. But I wasn't going to do that to you guys. I was going to give you guys something juicy. All right. Looks like college football is the consensus. It's pretty close to even. Robert Mackey wants the Houston game. That's part of our bowl package, bud. You got to get on our bowl package. The smartest man in the room, Andre. Whatever one is the guaranteed, like your Saturday package, guaranteed Saturday. Let's see here. God, I hope I pick right, because I think they're all going to. Joe, I do agree. That's the only wild card factor is if Derrick Henry rolls and has another huge game. They finally started getting them snaps, getting them carries. 17 2 weeks ago, he put up 240 yards. What do you have last week? 33 rushing attempts, 170 yards. He's going off the chain. They're finally giving him the ball. And he's doing his part. If Washington can stop the run, they've been limiting teams to 117 yards a game. If they stop the run, Mariota, I don't expect much. His typical, maybe one touchdown, maybe, in the air. No, Johnson will move the ball down the field, but I don't think he's going to have any big plays. AP might. All right, let's pick you guys a play and get you guys on your merry way. Let's get you guys on your play and get you on your merry way. Let's see what our choices are. He does look like it's with a weighted ball. All right, we'll give out the NFL. We'll give out an NFL game. It is a premium play today. My choices were either a consensus play or a premium play. Curtis, a winning play. I agree. I'll be honest, the only free plays that I've given out that have won have been in the live feed, so you're probably in luck. Daily free plays have been shit in the bed. The plays I give out in the live feeds have been winning, so we're rolling with Washington plus the 11, guys. Washington plus the 11. I think they're able to contain Derrick Henry today, or at least limit him to under 150 rushing yards. Tennessee money line's a big bet. And remember, we've seen this many times already this year. Double-digit underdogs losing outright. Double-digit underdogs losing outright. The Bills shocked the world. Adrian Peterson is playing today. The money line on that game, minus 700 at the win, minus 600 at the Westgate. Free premium play. Washington Redskins plus 11. Also remember, guys, guaranteed Saturday is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 Pacific. 10.5 is good. It's $150. However, if you enter the promo code SAT50, you get $50 off. Drops it down to just $100. Guaranteed to win, or it's free. G&G, thank you, bud. I'll send you a text in a little bit, bud. Guaranteed Saturday. It's only $100 if you enter the promo code SAT50. It is college football. It is between Buffalo and Troy. I'm not telling you if it's a side or the total, but it will be a winner. All right? It will be a nice winner. We've won the last 6 out of 7 weeks, and then we're going to continue winning this week. Also, premium plays. If you're not on our premium plays, we've got 4 today. I just gave you guys 1 for free, which means there's 3 more you don't have. We've got NFL, college football, and college basketball. All right, our very first premium play is on the Memphis-Wake Forest game. Joe, they're both trying to make the playoffs. Both are on the outside looking in, and both can make the playoffs, but they got to win today. You can get all of our premium plays for $49 for the day, or 3 days of my personal plays for $99. All right, guys. There's a link directly to it. Thank you all for tuning in. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up on the way out. Any questions, give us a call. I'm going to post a number to the office. It's on the website, or it's right there. You can give me a call if you have any questions. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I got to text all the clients' games. We'll talk to you guys real soon. First game in 20.